What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Two different approaches to love. So wound up, having a quick conversation with a friend of mine I ain't talked to in a while. And we were talking about actual relationships. And we have two different approaches. And she was like, she gave her best in a relationship and, it didn't work out. It wasn't her fault either. The guy died. That's what happened. But she felt like she gave her best to him and it didn't end well because he passed, from from COVID actually. But she felt like, she should have been that to other people too, but she wasn't. So she was the right girl, not necessarily to the wrong guy, but, feel some type of way about finally getting it right and that happening. And me, on the other hand, I was like, when people, you got to be the right person for everybody. And the difference is, in her thing, she wants to be the right person for the right person. Me, I'm like, you got to be the right person for everybody. But being the right person for one person is, I deem you as worthy. I've been more so on the kick, you be the right person for everybody, because if you're trying to actually be the best version of yourself, then you got to be the best version of yourself, even when you come across the right person or the wrong person. It's still, if you have a standard for yourself, be that. For her, she's like, that's a little difficult. For me, I'm like, not so much, because if you can, because my thing is, if you believe you can turn it on and off, it might be harder to turn on than it is to stay on. Some people, oh, I'm gonna cut it off for you, then I'm gonna cut it back on for you, then I'm gonna cut it off for you. That, to me, that's playing the game. So if you say you're this type of person, you got to be that type of person all the time. And that's just two different approaches. And some people will go, well, that's foolish. And I was like, not really. To me, it's not foolish. To you, it might be foolish. Because to me, cutting it on and off is foolish. Because I'm not going to let another human being dictate my approach, how I get down. I'm not, because when you're on and off, or hot and cold, because you're trying to deem a person worthy or unworthy, then they dictate the terms of who you are and how you conduct yourself. You don't. So for me, I'm like, look, this is who I am. I'm like this with you. I'm going to be like this with you. And this is the thing we were talking about. And because I was telling her, I said, listen, with me, I never forget, like, even when I was younger, I could go out with a woman and not get treated well by this woman, and leave, or drop that woman off at home, whatever, and go back out and be the same person and get treated fantastic by a woman, because I didn't let that dictate. Now ladies might have an issue with that, like, well, that means you never change with anybody. You're right. I was very consistent. If I'm out to have a good time, I'm going to have a good time. If you don't want to have a good time, cool. When our time is up, I'm going to realize, hey, you're just not that fun. I'm going to go find somebody else. And if they're fun, because I'm still out to have a good time. You're not going to ruin my good time because of your mood. And I used to throw ladies off guard, because I used to talk about me being a friend zone veteran. That's how I could do that, because I'm like, okay, I'm in your friend zone. That's cool, baby. It's 7 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to be here for 30 more minutes, because I got things to do, and I got places to go and people to do. And the same person that you friend zone me while I'm here and I'm not good enough, cool. Where I'm going to be good enough and that's cool. You know, it is what it is. And then you call me at 10:30. What you doing? Her. But I thought I had you over here, and you was. I thought, yeah, I was there, but now I'm here. It's a difference. She was more along the lines of, when I get, when I get myself to a certain space, I'll be what I need to be with who I need to be with. And the problem, I think, even that we talked about with her was she was like, sometimes she was the right woman for the wrong guy because she never got that part together. Where when she was with the right guy, she wasn't the right woman because she was on, you know, she was letting other relationship dictate the actions. And what I mean by that is, just in my opinion, this is what I mean by people are retroactively loving people. Like, when you wind up in a space where you're not consistent about how you approach it, you're with somebody good, but you're treating them bad because the person that you met prior to them was bad. So now you're treating the good person bad because you should have treated the last person bad. So now you treat them bad, then you move on. And then you meet a bad person per se, and now you treat them good because guess what? You treated the good person bad. So now you're constantly trying to make it up with the wrong person. Not, and you're hoping that one day, if you meet the bad person, you treat the bad person bad, and then you turn around and treat the good person good. And that's letting life dictate everything to you, to me, instead of you dictating the terms. So it's just two different approaches. Now, some people might get it, some people might not. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.